All right, here we are, live in the heart of America. Welcome to the Steve Gruber Show. The truth train is rolling out of the station, and you're on it. Three big things you need to know to start this hour. Number one, Texas Governor Greg Abbott says there will not be any new Muslim Sharia city built there in his state. He says it's illegal, and the idea will be closed down forever. Number two, New York City opening another massive shelter for illegals, and the residents there are screaming mad. It will house 2,200 men. Just men. 250,000 square feet in the Bronx. They hate it. What a mess. And number three, it is time to give news back to honest reporters. That's where I'm starting this hour. After the meltdowns at CNN and NBC, it's nice to know that honest folks are back. People like me. They do our level best to tell you the truth. Look, I'm a commentator. I call strikes, balls. I try to tell you where I think things are. But that's not the job of major news outlets. Their job is to tell you the facts and let you decide. Their job is to be honest, not to put their thumb on the scale, not to tell you that Hunter's laptop is Russian propaganda, disinformation. No, that's not your job because, first of all, you're lying. Second of all, you don't have your facts straight. It's not your job to back the Democrats or the Republicans or attack Donald Trump or tell you what you're supposed to think about Donald Trump. That's my job. My job. But it's nice to know that honest folks, and look, it's my job, but at least I'm honest, right? Right. Nice to know that I'm honest with you. So, look, the White House is standing up for the little guys in media now. And maybe I'll get in the room, maybe I won't. I believe I am going to get in the room, but the face of news and information is changing. We don't have three big networks like we had when I was growing up, ABC, NBC, CBS, and PBS if you were really out of luck and that's all your TV would get. But the face of news and the way people get information is changing. Now, many of you in your car right now listening to the program, I thank you for that. Others, you're on devices like your phone or your laptop or your tablet, right? And some of you won't even hear this program for several hours or several days. If you listen to it on podcast, it's all changing. But the good news is the little guy is not being left out anymore. Caroline Levitt laid it out from the podium. Here she is.
As you all know, for decades, a group of D.C.-based journalists, the White House Correspondents Association, has long dictated which journalists get to ask questions of the President of the United States in these most intimate spaces. Not anymore. I am proud to announce that we are going to give the power back to the people who read your papers, who watch your television shows, and who listen to your radio stations. Moving forward, the White House press pool will be determined by the White House press team. Legacy outlets who have participated in the press pool for decades will still be allowed to join, fear not, but we will also be offering the privilege to well-deserving outlets who have never been allowed to share in this awesome responsibility. Just like we added a new media seat in this briefing room, legacy media outlets who have been here for years will still participate in the pool, but new voices are going to be welcomed in as well. As part of these changes, we will continue the rotation amongst the 5 major television networks to ensure the President's remarks are heard far and wide around this world. We will add additional streaming services which reach different audiences than traditional cable and broadcast. This is the ever-changing landscape of the media in the United States today. We will continue to rotate a print pooler who has the great responsibility of quickly transcribing the President's remarks and disseminating them to the rest of the world. And we will add outlets to the print pool rotation who have long been denied the privilege to partake in this experience, but are committed to covering this White House beat. We will continue to rotate a radio pooler and add other radio hosts who have been denied access, especially local radio hosts who serve as the heartbeat of our country. And we will add additional outlets and reporters who are well suited to cover the news of the day and ask substantive questions of the President of the United States, depending on the news he is making on that given day.
And there you have it. That's why I'm going to be in the door, those news radio programs and so forth. That's where I fit the bill, obviously. I submitted an application. Apparently they got 15,000 asks. That's what I understand, which seems unusual because there aren't 15,000 programs, but I'm told 15,000 people requested an opportunity to get in the room, right? we'll see how that plays out. But that's important. I mean, I see Real America's voice in the room all the time now, which is pretty remarkable. Brian Glenn, my friend, is in there asking questions. In fact, I've noticed that the president goes to him first because Brian's usually asking a pretty friendly question of the president and gets a pretty good response usually. It must just drive these network people crazy because they think that they're above us, that they're better than us, that somehow they're more important than we are. Simply not true, obviously. But they think they can pontificate from on high to us lowly little streamers and broadcasters who aren't NBC, ABC, CBS, the Washington Post, or the New York Times. Well, guess what? Our voices do matter. In this new media world, we're here, and we're not going anywhere. Surprise, we're here. Something else I wanted to get to in the last hour, I want to get to now. How about being an American citizen? You live in a foreign country. You've been very successful. You want to come to America. You can't get on the list, but you can now. $5 million. The $5 million gold card visa. It's on sale. $5 million. Well, Donald Trump laid it out yesterday. Here it is.
We're going to be doing something else. It's going to be very, very good. We're going to be selling a gold card. You have a green card. This is a gold card. We're going to be putting a price on that card of about $5 million, and that's going to give you green card privileges plus. It's going to be a route to citizenship, and wealthy people will be coming into our country by buying this card. They'll be wealthy, and they'll be successful, and they'll be spending a lot of money and paying a lot of taxes and employing a lot of people. And we think it's going to be extremely successful. Never been done before or anything like this, but it's something that we're going to be putting out over the next, would you say 2 weeks, Howard? Do you want to say a couple of words about it?
Sure.
Mr. President, are there
Wait a
any
minute.
requirements for that gold
Hang on a
card?
sec.
Do you have to invest a certain amount of money in this country in order to qualify for that gold card?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Go
the
ahead.
EB-5 program was really, you lend some money, but it was full of nonsense, make-believe, and fraud, and it was a way to get a green card that was low priced. So the president said, rather than having this sort of ridiculous EB-5 program, we're going to end the EB-5 program. We're going to replace it with the Trump Gold Card, which is really a green card gold. So they'll be able to pay $5 million to the U.S. government. They'll have to go through vetting, of course. We're going to make sure they're wonderful, world-class global citizens. They can come to America.
What do you think of that?
President?
Honestly, here's $5 million. You can step to the front of the line. $5 million, you're in. Look, you're bringing money, and I'm going to guess pretty successful people in by way of doing that, right? There you go. Pretty big deal. But I am curious. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Parler. Parler is back. Truth Social, if you prefer. Getter, if you prefer. Hell, I'm everywhere. And Substack, too. Look, we're spreading the message, spreading the love. I'll be on a special program tonight with Tim Young. Tim runs his mouth. Don't miss that. It's tonight, 8 o'clock.